What is happening, guys? Gary Yaman here, back at it again with a new video. Hope you're doing well, hope you're safe and happy. Today, we're gonna talk about this phone right here, the Nothing Phone 3A. Now, I never used a Nothing phone before, but after spending the past few weeks with this one, I have to say I am truly impressed. As always, this video is divided into sections, so feel free to skip around if you're looking for something specific. Let's kick things off with the boring stuff, specs and design.
Design and build.
Okay, let's be real here, the design. Not my favorite. In fact, I actually think it's kinda ugly. Sure, the glyph lights on the back are cool. You can customize them for calls, text and notifications. But honestly, they give me light up kid shoes vibe. You know the ones. That said, as soon as you pick it up, you do feel how lightweight it is. Coming from my iPhone 14 Pro Max, this thing feels like a feather. Still, it doesn't feel cheap. The build is sturdy and well balanced. And good news, the camera bump doesn't make the phone wobble on a table. It's got that signature minion face look to it on the back though. On the sides, you've got your volume buttons, power button, and an essential button, which you can map to take screenshots or trigger voice recording. Very handy.
Display and battery.
Let's talk about the screen. It's a 7.inch AMOLED display with a 120Hz refresh rate and 2400 nits peak brightness. It's super smooth, bright enough outdoors, and great for content consumption. Battery life, it is very solid. We're talking a 5000 mAh battery easily lasts a full day with regular use and often even more. It charges fast too, 45 watts wire charging via USB-C. And yes, you get the cable in the box. Fun fact, I tried to film an unboxing, but I totally failed. Welcome to Nothing. Well, isn't this exciting? It says here. So, moving on.
Performance and software.
Now let's get into what really matters. Real life performance. This thing is fast, like impressively fast. Powered by the Snapdragon 7S Gen 3 with 8 gigs of RAM and 128 gigs of storage, it handles everything I throw at it. Apps launch quickly, there's no noticeable lag, and multitasking is buttery smooth. The software experience is also clean. It runs Nothing OS 3.0, which is based on Android 14. It's almost stock Android with a minimal aesthetic. Though, I'll be honest, some of the icons still confuse me. Customization is there if you want it, but I'm lazy. I just add a few apps and call it a day. One downside I did notice. There is no eSIM support. And that could be a deal breaker for some of you who don't use a physical SIM card anymore.
Media and gaming.
Watching content on this phone, it's a blast, guys. Everything plays smoothly, whether it's YouTube, Netflix, Crunchyroll, or scrolling through TikTok, everything is going really smooth and fast. And gaming, for a budget phone, this thing holds up. Even Genshin Impact on high settings is playable. And sure, there's a bit of choppiness here and there, but most games run without a problem. The stereo speakers are loud and clear too. Not flagship level, but definitely good enough.
Camera.
Alright, time for the part where this phone kinda falls flat. The camera. On paper, you get a 50 megapixel main sensor and a 32 megapixel front camera, with video recording up to 4K at 30 frames per second. But let's be honest here, the image quality is just not there. In bright daylight, sure it's usable, but the moment lighting gets tricky, everything falls apart. Noise, loss of detail, weird colors. The video footage lacks dynamic range and stabilization. It's just not great. So if you are into photography, vlogging, or content creation, this phone is not for you. 4K in kitchen light conditions. How does it look? I don't know about this, guys. 4K 30 frames per second. Cloudy day today.
Pros and cons.
Let's break it down quickly with some pros and cons. Pros: snappy mid-range performance, good gaming, clean, almost stock Android experience, unique translucent back with glyph lighting, excellent battery life with fast charging, some useful AI features for file and photo management. Long-term software support guaranteed. The cons: only IP64 rating. Not fully dust or water resistant. No eSIM support, only in the Pro model. Camera system is underwhelming in low light. No periscope style zoom. Again, that's in the Pro. And no charger included in the box. Comparison. So how does this phone stack up against the competition? The Nothing Phone 3A starts around $379 US or 329 euros for the base model, which is the 8 gigs of RAM and 128 gigs storage. For that price, you're getting a better screen, better performance, and better battery life than a Samsung A series or a Moto G. The 3A Pro, which costs about $80 US more, adds a 3x periscope telephoto lens, a sharper 50 megapixel selfie cam, a more premium aluminum frame, and yes, eSIM support. But for everyday users who don't care about zoom or metal builds, the regular 3A gives you amazing value.
Who is this for?
If you're someone who mainly scrolls TikTok and Instagram, buys stuff online, watches content, plays casual games, and just wants a phone that's fast, smooth, and easy to use, then this phone is absolutely worth considering.
Final thoughts.
If you are all about content consumption, gaming, smooth daily use, and don't care about pro cameras, the Nothing Phone 3A is a fantastic option. It nails the basics, has a unique look, performs like a champ, and should get years of updates. Want better zoom, better cameras, or eSIM? Sure, go for the 3A Pro. But if you want a reliable daily phone under 379 euros, the base phone 3A is honestly hard to beat. Let me know what you think. Would you buy the Nothing Phone 3A? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more honest tech content. That's it for this video. As always, guys, stay safe, stay happy. Good luck.